Alright, so let's keep going, guys. Sold a bunch of weapons. It was nice. Paid a lot of money.
Her Grace awaits inside.
Here at last. We lack only Damien now. I'm worried something might have happened to him.
Captain seems like a man who can take care of himself.
Perhaps he can, but this Cintrian appears to be no common bandit. He managed to steal ducal wine from under my guardsman's noses. We only learned of it through a fortunate coincidence. And it was he who specified the victims for the vampire. One must be exceptionally confident to blackmail such a monster.
Still don't know this Cintrian's behind the kidnapping and blackmail. Might have just handled the theft of the wine.
Even if it's so, he then sold the wine to the blackmailers. As I see it, that makes him an accomplice.
Need to find the Cintrian, whether or not he's responsible for the murders. Even if none of it's his doing, he could still know our blackmailer's identity. Besides, it's one thing to know who ordered the killings. Other thing entirely, and just as important, is why they... Someone's coming.
Captain, why so long? We expected you hours ago.
This Cintrian does not work alone. We are fighting an organization, not one man. Bandits attacked us, not a small force either. One of my boys has a broken arm, another a shattered knee, lamed for life. And the word on the street is there's a hefty bounty on your head, Geralt.
Used to it. Not the first time I've been hunted.
Must you always? Now, the port warehouse where the wine was delivered, we identified it, then learned who had hired it out. This proved to be a beggar, a stand-in. We found him. He admitted all. A man had paid him to sign the lease, a man he met while begging outside the pheasantry. There, fate lent us a hand. A waitress recalled spilling wine on a nobleman who spoke with a Cintrian accent.
What did he look like?
Her description was not helpful. Handsome, well-dressed, with a beard. No distinguishing marks. This could be anyone. But she remembered his female companion very well, as she recognized her. On the Cintrian's arm was Cecilia Bellant.
The singer? I've heard of her. She's said to be gifted, fairy.
The same. We went to her home immediately. Cecilia was not there, but we questioned her servants. A chambermaid claimed Cecilia is to meet a Cintrian gentleman tonight. She'd invited him to a reception mounted by the Mandragora.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
The Mandragora. What's that?
A club, an affiliation of local artists. Painters, sculptors, troubadours and dancers.
Never heard of it.
They exude mystique, consciously, I think. Behaving like an exclusive cabal. Artistic elites. Every now and again they mount soirees. Only wealthy patrons are invited. All arrive in elaborate masks, then drink and flirt.
Gotta nab the Cintrian. Seems we have to go to that get-together.
You read my mind, Witcher. I shall gather my men, surround the establishment. Not a mouse will squeeze through.
Out of the question. If the Cintrian truly does have men about the city, he will find out and escape once again.
Duchess is right. Need to be careful. Best go there, blend in with the crowd.
Precisely what we shall do.
We, Your Grace.
Geralt and I. In that sort of company, the Witcher could use my help.
Where's the event gonna be held?
The Mandragora always assembles at the same place, a residence in Oatville. It's a very distinguished district. Geralt, you must don appropriate attire. Then meet me in Oatville, in Mountebank Alley.
I don't fucking know.
I should double the patrols, just in case.
Here's some
You shall
free
go get
advice,
clothes
Witchman.
that she considers appropriate
no
for the
reason to
foray.
leave.
It's so funny. You just look at him like, what? And he's like, I don't know. Actually, okay, your little pal over here is annoying the fuck out of me.
Which,
Didn't look like locals. Damien's right. I'm a hunted man.
the guard brings peace to our domains. Flout its writ and rot in chains.
Contract on the Witcher. Yeah, look where that contract got him. Tune's going out strong, huh, pal? Got his legs chopped off. He must be really liking that decision. Alright, spent a ridiculous amount of money for something. So, let's go.
Late. Now, why does that not surprise me?
Damn.
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Nothing like a budding artist, of course, but... just one other detail. Here, put it on.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora soiree wear them. If you have one on, no one asks who you are.
Half mask.
Let's go. Soiree started.
Mm-hmm. Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
I'm playing chess with my buddy right now on my phone. It's getting intense. It's really getting intense.
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. Soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right you are. We must proceed with caution. Come, it's our turn.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Well, well. Dandelions always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress. There, on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Alright, let's fucking go. Oh, we gotta take part in some of these activities now. You're not coming with. I'm sure there's more than a couple games as well.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. Paintballs, cast them at the canvas.
Come, toss some paint. Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are modern art?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Let's go over the yard here.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines. To vines and to wine!
I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. Let it be, man.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different color.
Red now.
Gods, scarlet, crimson, foxglove. Rich, full sensual vines. I got it! It's the Soritula!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Looks like green. Knocked out.
all ice!
Oh, man, what to do here.
Quite the noble color. Splendid! The sky over Tucson.
Or a deeply internalized feeling.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of life.
And defiance.
Is that it?
This painting, it's rather... It's very... Bloody colorful, that's what...
Absinthe. The preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up
Jeez.
a pretty powerful resistance.
Nope. Never mind.
Let's go.
Your boards, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
Damn. Rip those guys. Alright.
Perception true.
Excuse me, just walk through a pond. Yeah.
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
We gotta go to all these activities here.
Do you know my
See
favorite?
what the Fed do.
Ah, how beautiful.
Fine. Let's give it a try.
Lanterns. They say never suspected. The dolphins. That is no ordinary illusion. The man is a true artist.
Impressive.
Nothing wrong. Come on, girl. Be great, my friend. Alright, now let's look at this.
Pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but pretentious. Blah, blah, blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things.
Hello, anyone in here?
Such talent. Exceptional.
Whoa. Please tell me I don't have to censor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to censor. Yep.
Do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Kaviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
For real though.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me?
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
I think you may still get your chance.
Bruh. Whoa.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
Cintrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur, I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Man,
Need I remind you?
that's censor that shit now.
You must throw off the manifest form. Venture beyond the bounds of cognition.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Love letter pen on a napkin. Look,
Oh, my amour, my sunbeam flittering across the firmament of my life. Trickly ref.